Yo, what is up? It's Lamani coming to you with another MyNBA2K16 video. But after a long hiatus, I am finally back on Mini-Me. Long overdue. To be completely honest, I've been showing this account no love whatsoever, and it has really affected its growth. These are my cards at the moment. So still only wilt, not leveled. One ultra rare, some super rares and rares basically are the only cards that I have. There we go. 1 star, 1 ultra rare, 13 super rares, and 52 rare cards are my best cards at the moment. But that is all about to change. So excited because Mini-Me is finally about to take a big leap forward. I have 6,200 RP at the moment because I just played my 500th game and got that 5k RP from the ladder reward. And as you can see, I am almost at the 500 game goal. I have 10 games to go until I get 12,500 RP, and then I will be hitting the auction house, and I've decided to buy stars from the auction house. I was debating whether to buy playoffs or stars, but I've decided to just buy 2 stars off the auction house while also getting the playoff card in this Rivals Clash. Not the RC card, but just the top 1,000 card. Thought it would be pretty easy. And it turns out it's going to be easier than I thought, it looks like. Looking at the leaderboard, the top guy has 6,000 points, which is good. But, I mean, if you come down here, top 50 is only at 2,000 points right now. Like, that is extremely low. 100's at 1,450, and I'm at 835. Obviously, no hot streak spot. And I also didn't play for the first 4 hours of the event. And I have been playing, I guess, kind of hard, but, I mean, not really. And it is, 7.5 hours into the event, and 100th is only at 1450, and I'm at 835. I mean, it's just kind of telling how low the point totals are and how easy this Rivals Clash will be to get this playoff card for my account. I was, on top of that, I was talking to Preston about the difficulty of the game for like a beginner and all the nuances that I take for granted. So I am going to try to explain some stuff that I just find really easy. But I was planning on doing that in this video, but I have decided to hold off on that and do it tomorrow. In the meantime, I want you to submit any questions. Just tweet me or put in the comments any questions you have about the game, anything that confuses you. I take most of this stuff for granted, so it doesn't really register to me that it might be confusing. And I just want you to tell me everything that you find confusing, and I will do my best to answer it in the video tomorrow. This guy's entire lineup was stat charged. He probably beat me. Yeah, he did. He has a super rares all stat charge. Like, that's ridiculous. Well, took a L. That kind of sucks, but it doesn't matter. Anyway, just submit any questions that you have so I can answer them. I'm probably gonna, not probably, the things that I've thought of are like the spec upgrades, specializations in general, stat boosts, abilities. And I can't really think of all that much. Oh, proing cards and the use of contracts and wilds and all that stuff I will also cover. But if there's anything else, feel free to ask and I can answer those questions. Or if you just want to put them in the inbox of Lamani, I can answer them on Tuesday. But, I feel like it'd be much easier if I just answered them tomorrow, if they are pertaining to a new account. Like I said, I was planning on doing that in this video, but I think it would just take a long time, and this video would be way drawn out if I did all of what I'm planning to do with Mini-Me and then do all those tips. So I thought it would be easier to just break them into 2 videos and do it that way. Also, I was in someone's camcord stream today, and just using the lineup was confusing, and how to use cards and use the cards that you have. So while I'm doing this, if you're not using throwaway cards at this point, you're playing this game wrong. To win a quick game, all you have to do is win the double and one other quarter, which means you only need 3 cards. So that means in your lineup, you can have 2 throwaway cards. We'll look at my lineup right now. So I have a common and an uncommon in my lineup. I'm never going to win with them, and I use them first every time because more often than not, the computer will use its best cards first. And that's really important. I've said this in my video about Road to the Championship, but never just about quick games. So knowing that the computer is more likely to use its best cards first, if you hold off on your best cards, it means you are now playing your best against their worst, giving you a much better chance of winning individual matchups. So by holding your best cards till the end, you have a much better chance of winning each individual quick game. So use throwaway cards. By throwaway cards, I just mean cards that are terrible. It's like a common and an uncommon is what I have. If you're a higher tier, you need to use better throwaway cards because the game has weirdness in it to where you got to find the right combination basically to play. Because if you use 2 common cards, it doesn't work as effective as, say, you use like a rare and a legend. Like my playoff lineup for RC, I use a rare and a legend card, a legend pro. But those are still throwaway cards to me because they are useless and they will never win an individual matchup or help me in the double at all. I simply use them to throw away. So I just want to make it clear that you should definitely be doing that at this point. If you're not, you should start because it makes the game so much easier. Like the game is meant to be won playing quick games. You get your position boost, and the other opponent does not. So your cards should be better than them, and you should win every game if you play your cards right. Now, +5 is a little bit different because the opponent's deck is supposed to be better than yours. But if you manipulate your lineup like I'm doing and using the cards properly, it becomes very easy to win basically every game. Like you saw, I did lose 1, but that was because all the cards I went against were stat charged. I'm winning basically every single game that I play, which is really nice. And my cards are terrible. It's definitely safe to say my cards are terrible. But, it is what it is. I can still win with these cards. You can win with any cards in the game as long as you make the lineup right and then use the cards right. I will say that obviously I'm not using Wilt because I could not use Wilt and win +5s. My lineup would be too off balance and it just would not be a good combination. So I took him out and have been sacrificing pulls because I am no longer an ultra rare tier. But, it's worth it because, I'm winning. So I had to make that sacrifice, but that sacrifice will soon be done. I feel like I should be at 500 games played. Maybe the notification just didn't happen. I would like to do it before I clear that board, to be completely honest. Oh, okay, I still need 3 more, dang. Oh well. Once I get this goal, I am going to be using most of my RP, which is risky. It's definitely a risky situation, but I need to finish my goal before, the goal change, which is in 26 minutes. You get new goals, so I need to finish my goal before that. And I kind of need RP to re-roll my goal, because while growing a new account, the biggest thing that you need is RP. It is the most vital thing to growing a new account. And the way to get RP when you're a baby account is through daily goals. Your pulls are useless. Nobody wants to buy rare cards, super rare, ultra rare, or even epic cards. People kind of buy legends for the minimum, but even so, the minimum for a legend is 4,400. So you would need a bunch of legend pulls every day, so a bunch of resets every day to make pulling legends and selling them actually worth it. So it's much, much, much better to just do it through daily goals. And re-rolling your daily goal till you get the domination goal, which is worth 15,000. So think about that. That's basically selling, with the 30% tax, you would need to sell more than 4 you'd need to sell about 4 legends, because it's 4,400 is the min for an unleveled legend. So, selling 4 legends a day, basically, if you dominate 50 games in one day. Or the 200 game goal, which is the 200 win streak, and that is worth 20K. Which, during RC, that's definitely my favorite one. But any other time, the domination goal is definitely the way to go. So, you need RP, though, to re-roll just in case it takes a while. But in terms of this video, I do not want to wait around and save RP for the re-roll, so I'm just going to risk it and buy me some star cards. The market's pretty dang low on stars, and playoffs for that matter, because people drove down the market. But, it's still risky, because I'm going to try to buy 2 star cards, and I'm only going to have, like 19K or something like that, right? What do I have? 18.7K to buy 2 stars, and then still have RP left to re-roll. So it's going to be cutting it extremely, extremely close. But I'm going to try to do it anyway. Also, I don't actually know if I'll be able to do this. I haven't looked at the market at all in preparation for this. Basically, what I'm going to do is, I don't care what the card is at all. I put the minimum buy now at 1, so cards that don't have buy nows don't show up. And I'm just going to see if I can... I don't know. I want to keep some RP, so let's see if there's any up for buy now of 8,000. No, this is kind of okay. This could be bad. If there's 2 up for 9, none up for 9. Well, I could get Ricky Rubio for 10K, defense spec, but that's not what I want to do. I might have to do it though, because I don't need a center, which was the other one, which is really unfortunate. 13. God, people are trying to overprice these legend or star cards. I had to sell on my main. I ended up selling a star for like 7K. I figured they would be so much cheaper than this. No one's bidding on these at all. These are not going to sell for this much. That's the shame. But it doesn't really matter, because I need at least one of these cards. 10,500, but you're looking at so long till these happen. Alright, I'm going to go back and just get that Ricky Rubio card for 10K. That's a pretty cheap star, I'm hoping. I wish I didn't have to get this one. I really do. But I think I'm going to get them anyway. Gosh, I don't want to buy that card at all. For 10K, that is just so overpriced in my opinion. All of them were overpriced though. The market must have gone back up a little bit, because I couldn't sell cards for anything. They were way, 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 way cheaper during Road to the Championship. And I figured they'd be cheap right now during Rivals Clash, but I guess the market hasn't dipped yet, which is pretty unfortunate. Okay, wait, they're cheaper now. No, I feel like some of them are cheaper now. Was that Paul Pierce there the whole time? I just scrolled past a bunch of these. Gosh, sack for 20K? That dude's tripping. I can look at cheapest, but it won't really matter. Looking at cheapest, it's not like any of them are about to expire, so it won't really help me. But there's, Patrick Ewing. Bunch of cheap Patrick Ewings, but the buy now is the only thing that really matters. I thought the men for a star was 7,000, so it's kind of weird that he's at 6,900. He's the only one, so it must be something special with that card. I mean, the buy now at 10,000 is obviously the cheapest because I searched that. Dang, that's unfortunate. I would have to. I mean, I'm thinking if I would rather just spend a little bit more and get a card with a different spec. I mean, stars are still going to be kind of valuable to me for at least a little bit, and definitely in my top 25. And specs actually matter. Dang, I was thinking there was going to be a bunch up for like around 10K, but I guess not. Gosh, 11K and under, there's only. Okay, you know what? I'm just going to buy Ricky Rubio and say, F it. This will give me 2 stars. Uh, Not as good as I was hoping, but still, will help. I guess I'll save Whales for life. You're welcome, dude. That's pretty funny. Uh, but okay, so now I have 2 star cards. I'm going to keep them not trained at the moment. Just because I'm going to throw them into my lineup and see what I can get my lineup strength to. Dang, I was really hoping I could buy another star card, but it doesn't look like I'm going to be lucky enough to do that, which is unfortunate. Don't know why I want to play off. I should definitely be able to break epic tier pretty easily, though. Well, these are the only cards I have leveled, really, so. Waiting on network. Okay, so I didn't break into epic tier. I'm going to level up this wilt just a little bit. That should put me into epic tier so I can get this epic freebie. I don't know if I'll be able to win with this account. That is kind of a problem. I'm going to try a +5 anyway. I honestly don't know if I'll be able to win on +5, though, with the lineup that I have now. So basically now the super rares are my throwaway cards. I will use, obviously, a legend or a star and the ultra rare. Which one? And then this star should win by itself. So there we go. I can win with this lineup at least a little bit. I had a really easy opponent, though. So I don't know if that's going to be the norm. No, okay, so now this guy's into epic tier. Maybe hadn't switched, updated to my deck strength yet, because that seemed really easy. This board clear might take a while, unfortunately. Okay, still winning with it. Still winning. There we go. Alright, maybe I can make 2 star cards work. Just use a star with the ultra rare for the double. I'm not going to have to make it work for very long, because as soon as I get my freebie, this epic becomes instantly better and will then be my 3rd best card, and I'll just be using that in the double instead of the ultra rare, which will be nice. Then I was thinking about leveling up the stars, because I could probably get into legend tier pretty easily, to be quite honest. I was originally gonna try to push, honestly, for star tier in this video, but that doesn't look likely now that I can only buy 1 star instead of 2. So that is unfortunate. While I'm playing, I might as well talk about the nuances of the game. I don't know. It'd be so much easier if I just did it while I played. Or, not while I played, but while I was showing you my cards and showing you how to do it would make a lot more sense. I guess I can talk about specs, though, while I play. So, spec cards and foil cards. As you can see, a normal card has one spec. So, like Ricky Rubio is a normal card. He has one spec. It's defense right there with the little plus around it. And then Mike Bibby is a foil card. You can tell by the outline of the card, and he has two specs. And that is the complete difference between a normal card and a spec card. A specialization card will have an increase. The spec stat is increased over what the stat would be normally if it wasn't the special stat. So spec just means that stat is special. And when looking to pro cards and buy cards, you always want to buy, well, okay, not always, but I always like to buy cards with the spec being the card's best stat, because I do not like balanced cards. I want unbalanced cards for quick games, because I can choose when to play it and when not to play it. So I will play it when that stat happens, and I don't need it to be balanced. So I always like to buy and get cards with the best spec, meaning the card's highest stat would be its specialization. And there is my epic freebie, a Paul Millsap. There we go. That's what's up. Best spec. As you can see, I was just talking about it. So I got offense, Paul Millsap, only one bubble, which is the little circle at the top right, which is what you can put enhancements on. But there we go. That is what's up. I'm going to go ahead and put him into my lineup, actually. And I might just go ahead and level him up and see where that puts me. I have a bunch of rares still, and I was keeping them just for this. I don't know what a level 13 rare will do to an epic. I haven't leveled up epics in a long time. Right to level 12. The first levels are obviously the easiest, though, so yeah, that only got me 2 extra levels. Gonna go ahead and put a level 10 in. Level 16. Just gonna level him up as much as I can. I don't want to over level him, but I do want him to be max level. I just don't want to feed him with too many cards. People like to level up their best cards first, but in reality, if you want to win, you want your 3 best cards to be close together in stats. So it's more efficient and effective if you level up the lower tier card. And make them all closer together, because it can be more effective, like in the double pairing. So I always like to level up like this card to get his stats closer to my stars. I was hoping that I was going to be able to level up these star cards, but with the amount of epics or rares that this is taking, it's looking pretty unlikely. I mean, I had 51 of them. I don't know how many I've used. Maybe I still have a bunch. But to level up both of the stars looks like it's going to take a while. And I'm just going to switch away from rares. I think I have some uncommons. So there we go. Max level, Paul Millsap, into my lineup. I'm almost epic plus already. Gonna switch to improve my Wilt Chamberlain now. And I'm just going to throw in, I don't care about rares, honestly, at all. They are already useless to me. They're already useless to anybody in the game, basically. You get them every draft board. I recommend just trading them away basically immediately. See, that is a big bummer. I'm already out of rare cards. So it looks like I'm going to stall out at epic. At least I got my epic freebie. And in the video tomorrow, when I'm answering all these questions, I'm going to be able to advance a lot farther, because honestly, I will plan to get my daily goal done before the video, and I'll have a bunch of cards to be able to train with, and that will be awesome. So tomorrow's video is going to be the one that is going to be insane. This one was just a precursor, getting into epic plus territory, buying a new star card, all good stuff. Definitely on the right track now. Going to be answering any of your questions tomorrow about how to grow an account. I'll also be doing, finishing my daily goal before the video or during the video. Don't really know. Doesn't really matter. But I'll also be leveling up my other star card, finishing leveling up Wilt, buying another star card, and continuing this grind for Dennis Rodman playoff card. It should be a lot of fun. Looking forward to it. Appreciate you checking out the video. Appreciate all the love and support you've been showing me and continue to show me. Be sure to follow me on Twitter at LamaniYouTube, and I will see you next time. Peace.